What up, G's? I'm your host, Frank the Tank, and today I'm gonna bring in the Kreg Rip-Cut. So I'm not a good carpenter, but I have this saw that I keep cutting these lines a little crooked. So I ended up looking for something that I could balance it because I was using a long ruler, one of those architectural old rulers. So I stopped using that because it was moving and you had to clamp it down. And I wanted something a little bit more adjustable that I could actually hold in one hand and adjust with the other. So I ended up looking and researching, and I came out with this right here. It's a Kreg Rip-Cut. So we're gonna go ahead and open it up and see what you get when you purchase something like this. And I do have a Ryobi saw that we're gonna set it up on and see how well it works. And I am gonna cut a box. I need to build a box for a actual desk. So let's see how well it works, and we'll come back with my 2 cents. Don't take this as a tutorial. It's more of what you get when you purchase something like this. And I'm not an expert on this kind of situation. I'm buying this first time. I'm not a good woodworker, so I'm trying to be one. And those straight lines are hard to cut. Once, you know, I'm not an expert. When I see these guys cutting it straight out, no ruler, no nothing, just going straight. They have the machines. I actually have a cheapy little machine, a Ryobi smaller, a battery powered. So we're gonna go ahead and put that sucker to use with this. So if you have any questions or any comments, let me know. And let's go ahead and open it up. So first of all, in the back, you guys can see a documentation. It shows you exactly what this means for. So basically, it works on the edge of the wood, and one side holds the balancing of the whole system, and then the blades, it has either left or right blade, and you actually put your saw in there in the middle and you push it back, and it's supposed to cut a straight line. Now there is a ruler on top of it and indications of where to cut. So we're gonna go ahead and set it up, see what we can do, because we actually gonna do a couple of cuts today, and I'm gonna review it, and then let me know. I'll let you know at the end of the video what I think about it. So let's go ahead and open it up. All right, first of all, they give you the ruler off the bat right here, and this is the guide ruler. They're actually gonna, and it has a rail system in here, and you pretty much lock in whatever areas in here, and you control it from here. Now it does start with inches, and recommendation that try not to cut anything lower than an inch. This is a 24-inch ruler, of course, and they give you a little description here, not recommended here. So it's because it's close, it's closer to your hand, so you want to keep away from that. So today we're actually going to flip it around because I like it that it's diverse. It has two different areas, the left or right. You know, it could be either way. You could twist it and you can still see the same meters. So we're going to put it on the right hand, so I could be able to push it from the right hand up, and let's see how well it works. So first of all, these things are all set up already. They give you the if you guys can see the screws in there, they're all set up. These are like a puzzle piece right there. They have to lock in within this system here. So if you put it over it, basically you grab one end right here, and here it is. And once they lock in here, you put the other screws in here, and this could be adjusted, like I said, left or right. It's either hand. So I like it. So right now I locked in with the screws. So let's go ahead and open the screws up. Get them out. So I like that they give you a pocket right here and this little plastic where you can actually remove them. You could probably put them back in there later on and put another piece of tape on it. So we're gonna put this on the side for now. That's one piece you get, along with those two screws that they give you. And of course, this is all plastic, so you're probably gonna break it in time. So we're gonna put it together here. Manual, a little how-to guide, and other sales of other items that they sell, that they make, of course. And we did buy another piece of this, so we're gonna do another review later on. The manual, of course, and then this is the piece of resistance. Let me go ahead and put it here. Now, this is the way it works here. Basically, you put in the saw on here, and it could be a blade that's on the right, on the left, either way. Now, if your blade has a obstacle that it needs to go in there, this thing comes off here. Let me see. You could come off, and the rail little comes out. You could twist it around and flush it, but today we're just going to leave it as it is. Now, these two things are supposed to be loosened up, so let's go ahead and loosen them up. And if you see in the back, there's nothing tied down, only but these two. And the way it works, the screws, loosen them up, and you can move this here, more up, higher, and these don't have to be too strong, right, to be moving around. So let's go ahead and move them up. There you go. And you basically put in your saw in here and line it up. So let's go ahead and do that right now. The Ryobi, and we're gonna flip it around and see how it looks, right? So basically this plastic part cannot be hitting. Make sure that this is not hitting any of that or getting any obstacles in there. So make sure that you clear this part out. So the way it works, we're gonna put it in here and we're gonna flush it to the back. If you see it here, if you guys can see it, this is the blade, this is where the blade has to go. So if it could be left or right, your call. You can move it either way, but it's not best. See how I can't even put it on this side. It's gonna have to go on this side, and we're gonna put that little mount on this side. So right now we're gonna adjust it where the blade completely hits this end here, and then we go adjust it on the lining. And the lining right here, if you can see it, it's right now set for left. So we're gonna go ahead and switch it from right to left. All right, so let's go ahead and do that. Lock it in there in place. Not too tight because you don't want to break it. So make sure it's nice and flush if you can see it. And then you can also test it out with a ruler. Make sure it's perfectly 90-degree angle, which it is right now. And it's ready to base the whole system in here. Now the Ryobi that I have has a laser, so it could cut through, and it shows you exactly where the line cuts. All right, so the line cut, we're supposed to hit the blade here on this part. I'm gonna try to see if I could do it all in one angle. So let's go ahead and do that. So there's no, make sure you have no battery included. All right, so we're gonna remove the battery on this part, and we're gonna put the blade in here, and see how it flushes down to this part right here. It's flushing there, and as you can see right now, there's a couple things I could have in here, and we're gonna flush it. See how it's completely stabled in there. We got plenty of room. We're gonna go ahead and tighten it down. We got it down. So on this particular one, there is a way if you buy the Ryobi version of it, but today we don't have that. We're just gonna go in and put it. And right now I just end up grabbing them, if you can see it. Now in the back of it, see how the blade is rested right here. Make sure that this thing is flexible, because if you cannot do that, it's not going to be able to work. So make sure that the blade make sure that the plastic is not blocking the blade, and make sure that you can move freely, because if you have problems moving freely, then you're not going to cut a good straight line. So make sure it's in there. So we got that set up already. It's not moving, it's fixed. Now on this part, I am going to put the battery so I can see exactly where the line goes, and we're going to go ahead and do that first. There it goes. We're going to put the battery in so we could see where the actual laser light is going to go if the blade's going to be cut. And I have a laser on this particular model, but just to let you know, don't go with the laser all the time. You have to adjust it sometimes. So make sure you have to line it up wherever your cut's going to be through. So make sure you correct those first. All right, so let's go ahead and look at the laser where it's cutting from and see if we can line it up with it. So put the battery in, and if you can see the line, it gets right here on the laser line, and I gotta adjust it a little bit higher. And I'm gonna put my hand right here if you guys can see it, and you can see the line adjustment right there. And let me see if I can put a piece of paper here. So there's a laser. You see the line? It's a little tiny off on it, but you can actually see it, and I could adjust it just a little bit. Right now where I'm looking at it, it looks like it's perfect. It's perfectly in line, but we're gonna move it just a little bit higher. There it is. There's the line, and I was able to get, because the line is cutting straight ahead right there. That's where it's gonna be lining up. So we gotta adjust right now. Everything seems like it's okay. Now we're gonna clamp it up into the rail. Gotta loosen it up first. The rail is down here. If you guys can see it, it's right here. It's like this system has to go in, particularly in this system here. You find it and you adjust it. Once you have it in there, all you have to do is lock it in there on the place you want, and that's pretty much where you cut your line. But now I just got to make sure that this line here is particular with the actual cut that we want. So what we want to do is make sure that we do a test run first, just to make sure that that line is correct. So we're going to mark it up and see how much adjustments I have to do. So let's go ahead and do a test. All right, so we're gonna do a 20-inch cut right now, 20.5-inch cut, and right now I aligned it up in 20.5 inch. All we gotta do is start from this side, and you gotta make sure you pull it, you go straight up. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open it up, laser cut, and move it to the front. Make sure you adjust on one side. Overall, the Kreg Rip-Cut circuit saw, it was a great addition for it. I mean, it did the job. It took me quite a few times to adjust it properly. The screws are really a little loose, so remember it's aluminum and plastic, so you're gonna have probably some adjustments to do, but it did the job. It was great using the actual circuit saw in with it. Great addition. I like it all around. For the price, it's not bad. For a first timer just like me, great lines. I mean, I was able to do the project on time, and I'm very pleased with this. So if you have any questions or any comments, let me know. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, and we are out.